I see someone. Be ready for anything.
My brother. Can it be? Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you. It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargamas, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space? Then Sargamas spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargamas. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Harmka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone. An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here? It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters, to read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know? The splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss. The splinter of Aethys is a sliver of shinbone from my lord's Titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice. It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right, here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way. Take all the time you need. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
One moment.
I am glad to see you again. To what do I owe the pleasure of your return, brother? Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so. Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I, and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding, in a world determined to bend us to its purposes. This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments, or for what you are? You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours. Indeed. It has been my obsession these last few years, hewn by my own hands from stone in Ardra, and no small degree of melancholy. I suspect it will be my last great labor before this body is returned to the earth, and I am returned to my God. And not a library, a clinic, something that might bring a greater good into this benighted world. I leave such projects to the children of Helia, Margarin, even Wal in their way. No, a statue is what my lord deserves. A graven image for a remorseless god. Cold as winter light, distant as the tallest peaks of the White March, fit only for he who stares at history and does not blink. What an impertinent question! Indeed, my soul has dwelled in this form for centuries, beyond even the lifespan of the longest-lived elf. My lord Aethys inspired my birth in the same year the kingdom of Adir was founded. You might say my birth heralded the empire you now serve. Many, yes. Some that inspired awe, others dread. For a time, I proselytized among the colonists who first settled Ir Glanfath. I held the door of my parish church against an onslaught of Glanfathan raiders, and I watched them fall prostrate before my light. I tended the wounded in the Broken Stone War, the War of Black Trees, the War of Defiance, and in many wars that were never given the dignity of a name, and since have been forgotten. I can hardly recall them anymore. The Deerwood has been a troubled place since the very moment of its inception. Conflicts erupted as regularly as spring flowers, to bloom and die as swiftly. So, there is always some dark corner in need of light, if you'll indulge me in the metaphor. Truthfully, I had been jailed for proselytizing in Colklin, and it was to the colonies I was exiled. So it was the Deerwood or death. I had nowhere else to go. Is that what they're calling him now? I heard the man that was Widewin speak when he was but a farmer. He had a presence even then, furious, incandescent. It was astonishing, his power. I wonder, Had my lord already made a home in his body by then? Did my lord share with Widewin his plans to wage a pointless, bloody war while wearing the poor man's face? What a grave injustice. To have your body stolen and be made into a saint. Tragic Widewin. Pitiable Widewin. I grieve for what became of him. God help me. I do. That is a question for my lord. I have asked him many times, but even when he spoke to me, he would not say. I suspect it is his essence that has kept me alive, and now that he has abandoned this world, well, I soon expect to die. In prayer, in dreams, as I ate and loved and labored, his voice was a constant murmuring in my ear. But when I spoke to him, he never did reply. So, do not mistake his talking for a conversation. He only wanted to be heard. Not anymore. About 630, yes. Give or take a decade. One does lose count. Because you are my brother, and I want someone to know. I am as you are, though I do not care for the word. Aethys the Dawn Treader is my lord and patron. If you will forgive me saying so, I am surprised to meet you here. Even before the vanishing of our kind, it had been some years since a child of Galawain came to speak with me. And I have never seen a member of the Lord of the Hunt's coterie whose visage resembles yours. Ah, of course. I should not have assumed. I have had the great privilege to speak with thousands of our kind during my long life. And you do not resemble a single one of them. But if not Galawain, I cannot imagine who else among the Pantheon might have blessed you. My relationship with my lord has oftentimes been the one succor through difficult seasons of my life. I hope that when you find your patron, it is the same for you. May I ask, as a god's child, did your earthly parents love you? Yes, as it was with me. There are many theories, which the holy and learned of Eora have only just begun to argue. But you did not ask me for theories. Frankly, I do not know for certain. However, I believe the gods are preparing for war. A war of all against all. A struggle between destiny and design. Who yokes the soul of the world? Whose machinations turn the wheel? Who acts and whom is acted upon? That is the ultimate power, brother. The only power there is, to decide the fate of another, and to make it so. For so long as we have lived, it is the gods who have decided for us. But change is possible, if we are brave enough to want it. And Kith have lately grown very brave indeed. I suppose it's not impossible, but the gods typically make themselves known to us in our earliest days, before we have left the comfort of the womb. They are present in our hearts and mind before we even have a notion of I at all. I am sorry. Yours is an unusual case. Tell me, this voice in your head, do you want it to be your god? I am afraid that not even your god may tell you that. Answering that question is the soul's true purpose. It is the work of your life. And I suspect neither you nor I will ever know for certain. We can only remain open to curiosity and willing to be surprised. Other than a symptom of madness, you mean? You do not seem especially troubled. No more than any Kith subject to life's uncertainties. As to what the voice is, if it is unlikely to be a god, I cannot say. It may be a particularly powerful soul attempting to control you, or the echoes of a past life. Perhaps it is the sending of an archmage, or some ancient construct of Engwithin make. Or it may just be the beginnings of the Dream Scourge. Whatever this voice is, I suspect only an expert in souls can say. Of course, explore to your heart's content, but please refrain from touching my statue or devices. Go in peace. I will be here if you return.
One moment.
This reminds me of the Strangle route. But how is anything this big growing all the way down here?
We'll have to swim through the root tunnel to get through here. Nimm Dude.
Pleasure on my side. That's all. One moment. Stand back. Here it comes. Ready, aim. "6 years and gone, sure, and I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time." Nothing like a win with a good team.
One moment.
A pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kinda nice.
One moment. Nice. I must have missed that.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it.
Right. I haven't been in a lot of ancient ruins, but you don't have to be an expert tomb robber to think this is probably a trap. Let's see if that opens.
False idol. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber. We'd better get moving too. Take your best shot. Watch yourselves.
Avowed sich. Avowed sich.
Left leg! That ought to be all of them, right?
Right behind you. No one said anything about tight spots.
Come and get me.
Just like the good old days.
Oh, Weitere. Way out must have flooded during that earthquake. Blasted ruins.
Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
One moment.
Isoksa!
One moment.
Something's not right here. Take a look around. Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
Do I even want to know what an animat is?
An animancer could explain it better, but they're basically suits of armor brought to life by bound souls.
Right. I knew I didn't want to know.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right? There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
One moment.
Why has he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place? Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness.
Oracle's up ahead. Be ready for anything.
there you are. I worried for you when the earth shook.
Lies like wasps.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys? Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine. If one were to take your narrow-minded view, and the expedition had encountered the wheel, then yes, they would be dead. But their souls are not bound for the wheel. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. Their essence is held safe within my devices, and with your help, I shall give them a new commission: to prosecute the redemption of a god. Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect? Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
Me? If I ever suggest helping some crazy Nimdude bring a statue to life for religious reasons, please kill me then and there.
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses and deadfire? Even I can see that's a bad idea. And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there, for it will mean that I have failed. You see, my brother, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness, so that he may repent. Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent, and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose, floating through the beyond. It is that wisp I will capture. Thank you. Once you have placed the splinter into the statue, power my devices just over there. Together, we will observe the results. There we are. Now, fill the statue with essence. Do me the honor of pulling the lever, just there. And my lord will return to face justice. Any moment. Oh. My god, Aethys. Are you there? No! It's not working! Something is wrong. My lord Aethys has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My brother, will you join my holy work and lend your chime to the cause? I wish to remove your soul from your body, and through the power of animancy, place it in my statue, where it will bask for all eternity in the obliterating light of my lord. No, that would not be appropriate. He does not want me. He has made that clear. You? My God, you are right. I am what is missing from my work, but I couldn't see it. It must be me. Before I leave you, I would ask you to tell me something. What do you believe we are to our gods? I fear you may be right. Goodbye, my friend. Walk always in the light. If thine heart be black, if thine intention be impure, thy life is forfeit. For he hath seen, he can see, he will see. Nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world. Nothing is hidden Hurry now, brother. Do it now, while my nerves hold.
The soul is in the machinery now. We've got to pull the lever to siphon it into the statue.
Well, if we're gonna pull the ascendant lever, we better get to it.
Thoughtless. You destroy for destruction's sake. What is burned cannot prosper. Wings to free us, gone to waste.
Nothing, huh? Well, on the bright side, at least the Oracle's not around to see this.
After all that, I'm almost disappointed. This world has had enough highly destructive god statues, thanks.
What do you think, Envoy? Can a god really die?
You're saying he'll come back eventually.
That sounds like a question for a priest. Well, with the Oracle dead, I guess we should get going. Right behind you, Envoy. Nothing, huh? On the bright side, at least the Oracle's not around to see this.
After all that, I'm almost disappointed. This world has had enough highly destructive god statues, thanks.
What do you think, Envoy? Can a god really die?
You're saying he'll come back eventually.
That sounds like a question for a priest. Well, with the Oracle dead, I guess we should get going. Right behind you, Envoy.
Hear us. Follow us. We would speak to you. Form-given life. One day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout, fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed, a secret you could keep. Tell us, will you give us this gift? Vessel to hold us. We will remember this. The Adra strains. It aches, a choking barricade of souls. Essence like mud, we cannot swim here. It must be flushed out. Free this obstruction, then when our prison bars fall, we will see.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Earth to till, we flower. We rest now. We must consider this.
The local militia's lax at the best of times, which these are not.
I don't want to be in here any longer than I have to. One moment. The Oracle might have been a creepy, murdering Korban, but he sure kept a nice home.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
never thought I'd be so relieved to see paradise. Well, that was certainly an experience of some kind. Let's go catch up with Rob.
Defend!
Good fight.
One moment.
Isapsado!
One moment.
Cheap fertile land. Too good to be true, you said.
You were the one who told me we should try our hands at farming.
The land under our feet is nothing but clay and salt.
Who says we can't? I'll try anyway.
If you came all this way for arable land, you might as well get back on your ship and leave. The problem is we've been conned out of our life savings.
A gentleman sold us his farm, sight unseen, of course. He boasted of making a fortune off the living lands.
We risked everything for this opportunity, but the place is in shambles and the earth is barren. As if we could afford to move. Price of land has tripled since the Adirans arrived.
So do we find a way to squeeze life out of this dead farm? Or do we cut our losses? What, a goat ranch? Huh.
Come to think of it, the island does have a breed of goat. Supposed to be real ornery, but they're survivors.
It couldn't hurt. Give it a little time and maybe I'll make a farmer out of you yet.
I never thought our prospects would come down to goat shit. That's frontier living for you. Thanks for the advice, stranger. I can't help but feel like our fortunes have already changed for the better.
I had no idea you were an expert in livestock. Know anything about raising chickens?
Should we tell them about the biting, or... No, they'll figure it out.
Hey, it's the envoy!
Envoy, hey!
I swear, I owe you the world.
I owe him the world. He saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
Oh, gods. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, don't do that.
What?
He's lying to you. What? You think we can't take the truth?
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened? That godless scum.
What?
Right. So it could have been worse.
They probably went quickly. if that helps.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offric, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. Or dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead? At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful, Envoy. Ambassador Heelguard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
While we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
We take turns. Cadman had it last, so he gets to decide what we do with it. Well, I'm sure you've got big envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but I'm glad they made it.
These two will be just fine. I'm sure of it.
One of them may even get a happy ending.
I'm glad those sparrowhawks are gone, but I'm not sure these Adiran guards that showed up are any better.
Trading one set of bullies for another. At least they took down those garish banners.
Tell me about it. Very true. They really clashed with the whole district. All that awful graffiti was bad too. Oh, sorry, hun. I'm on my break.
Don't think I didn't see what Heelguard sent me today. You really do have a magic touch. Ever thought about my line of work? You have the cheekbones for it. Clients always want curtains. They never want to scrub the mildew.
If I had a skate for every time someone said I looked like that mural.
No peeking! Go somewhere else.
I didn't say you could watch.
What'll it be today, Envoy?
Welcome back, Envoy. Show it here. Guess you were just the one storm she couldn't survive. Good. Too many good men and women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life. Be safe out there, you hear?
Good. You made it back.
I knew you'd be back.
Oh, it's you! Sorry, things are busy around here. This fella keeps me on my toes. We're still working things out. I can't describe it.
We're nothing alike, but he seems to enjoy it here. I'm so glad I listened to you. I finally feel like I'm home.
One moment.
Bring any good late-night reading? Or was there something you wanted to talk about? Shoot. Holler if you need anything else.
Right. What do you want to know? Let's see. Honestly, there isn't much to survival in Dawn Shore. Things get rough, run to Paradise. They have walls and guards for a reason. Right. Good talk.
The armored mask. We dream of steel and shard earth and flame. The memory binds. Flee from her. We fear. For us. For you. Blazing ire. It burns and feeds upon itself. Pain through the smoke, we recall. You are not safe with her. Did the deer anger the blaze? Did the brush? Did the soil? It consumes skin, heart. She hurt us. We only remember pain. The canopy stretches over the sprout to keep it safe. Steer clear of the scourging fire, or extinguish it. No recourse but teeth. The flame spreads toward the garden wall. Listen. Have care. Have care.